The Apex Connect tripod system, we're going to talk about that, how to get it set up, how to get the most out of it in the field. All right, so I've just unboxed everything, unwrapped everything, and I've got most of the parts laid out here that you're going to get in your box when you receive it in the mail. What we have is 3 game bars, the Apex Connect hub here, attached to our signature ball head, inverted ball head. That'll come in the velvet pouch. You've got a strap here, I'll show you how that works later. There's a V-rest, gear sync screw, some Bino plates, Arca plates, a spare pack of screws and rubbers, Allen keys and things, and then your 3 Trek tips. So what I recommend first up, if you're going to use it out in the field, absolutely want to change out the rubber bumper on the bottom. This bumper's pretty good, but yeah, we want to make sure that when we're out in the field we get maximum traction on the bottom. So just simply unscrew that one and put the Trek tip on. So the Trek tip kit comes with the Trek tip itself, okay? It's got a solid aluminium core down to just above the spike there, so it's super strong, and you get a range of these rubber pads as well as mud basket and snow basket. So today, just because I'm on the bench and I can't spike it in the ground, I'm just going to put the rubber bumper on the end. That'll screw straight in. And just tighten that up. You don't need to use a tool or anything, just really nice and tight by hand, and that'll stay on there. So just going to repeat that 3 times. All right, so the game bars are set up. We've got the 3 game bars with Trek tips, and as I said, just leaving the rubber on there today, working on the bench. But in the field, run them without the rubber so the spike can dig in. What we're going to do is assemble the Apex Connect. So the Apex Connect just has some little thread protectors there. The little rubber caps will slip off, and then you've got the screws that things are going to screw straight onto. The legs are going to screw straight onto. The game bars have got these end caps in them. They're just protectors, keep the thread protected. Okay, you take them out and screw the legs on. It's really simple. And we can assemble this really rapidly from nothing. So if you did have it packed down in your luggage or something, or in between trips, you needed to take up less space, you can have it back as short as that 50 centimetre bag. So when it's packed down, you know, it'll sort of fit in a bag that long. But yeah, obviously we want to use it. We're going to set it up. So these hinges are just that. They're just hinges that change the angles of the legs. And there we have it. So there's the Apex Connect now set up. You can just snug these up by hand. That's all you need to do. There's no tools needed. And that is ready for deployment. So if you're out in the field and you want to obviously lengthen the legs, get it whatever height you want, it's just a matter of changing a twist lock angle and getting it set up. So what you'll notice here is that the Apex Connect itself has one leg at right angles to these legs. So this is a true bipod on the back, and obviously a tripod when you've got 3 legs on. If you did want to use it as a bipod, just leave that leg off, okay? You can bend that down out of the way, and there you have a nice tripod to full standing height, okay? But if we want to stick with the tripod, we can just reconfigure it back to how we had it. All right, so talk about this rubber strap here. The rubber strap is just to keep the legs together. If you're traveling around with it, you know, you don't want the legs sort of separating when you don't want that to happen. So you take the button there, the rubber button, and just hold it on the outside of one of the legs. It doesn't really matter which leg. I tend to prefer it on the right-hand side leg. Stretch the rubber around and hook it on that button. So that rubber's going to stay on there now, okay? Completely silent. You're going to make sure that you've got a strap if you need it. Okay, so it works by just wrapping it around and then hooking it on in that slot there, okay? Easy to undo, you just pull it and let go. Okay, so the rubber strap there, really simple. Hook it on and then undo it. All right, you do not have to leave that on. If you're going to do something and you feel you don't need it, of course you can leave it off. So the game bar system is highly modular, so you can adapt everything to exactly how you need it for whatever setup you need. Okay, let's talk through a few other options. This little bag of screws here has a range of screws for different setups. So if you did have a different ball head you want to put on the top, you can unscrew that ball head and use one of these other screws here. Like there's a 3/8 base screw or other different 1/4" screws to reconfigure your Apex Connect. There's also Allen keys in there for the various settings, so they'll match the set screw in the tripod head, it'll match these little screws and things like that. So you've got a full setup of Allen keys for all of the different screws you have. Now you'll notice this one's set up with a screw in the side here for both sides of the, what I call the bipod legs. That's just a stopper screw, so that will max out and it will mean that you can't spread those legs any wider. Now you can use it with that in place or you can remove them. So just showing you how to remove them. It's just an Allen key on that screw and it'll come straight out. All right, so what you'll notice now is that that leg has full independent movement. So that's going to give you some opportunities for some really good setups when the environment's really challenging. That leg could, rest on the side of a hill or something like that if you've got a big rock in the way down here. So yeah, lots of flexibility. And then the other side, of course, is the same. I'll just put that back in and we'll get it back to how we had it. All right, when you put it back, just obviously tighten it right up so it doesn't come loose. All right. So apart from that, there's not much you're really going to have to do to get out in the field and get going with your tripod. I will talk a little bit about the ball head functions. So we have the main ball lock there. So that's going to be the lock that allows you to have your 360-degree sort of pivot and tilt. There is a cutout so you can go all the way through 90 degrees if you ever need to, but that's the screw here. So that screw there you can see just allows you to manipulate angles. The top here is a nice Arca pan head, so you can adjust this one and it'll pan left and right, really nice and smooth. It's got a fair bit of resistance. Even if you back it right off, you'll notice it's still got resistance, so outstanding for glassing with your binos and obviously amazing for your spotter. All right, so I'll show you how I like to use it. Standing around this side of the tripod, on the bipod side, you can rotate the ball head round to keep this screw on your side so it's easy to access. And then I like that locking knob on the right hand side so everything's accessible. So while I'm glassing or something, just adjusting that nice and easily, or just moving the binos as needed. All right, now that's the basic Apex Connect tripod. If you are wanting to pack it away and put it away for a little while, it does come with a carry bag. So carry bag packed in there, it'll put the whole Apex Connect in there with your attachments on top, so you can keep it nice and protected for storage or in between spots when you're out in the field. Okay, so I'm just going to put the Apex Connect to the side for a minute and show you how to attach the binocular mount onto your binos. All right, so in this little bag, you're going to get a binocular mount. This is our system that allows you to have a really lightweight system permanently mounted to your binos that goes on and off the top of the Apex Connect. So it's got a metal Arca plate on the bottom and a strap. You want to try and make sure that the buckle here goes on the inside of your bino so it runs as smoothly as possible in and out of your pouch. So just make your binos as wide as you can. Put the plate underneath with the buckle on the inside. All right, so it's best to just do it a bit loose to start with so you can move it around. and get in the position you think it's going to need to be, and just hold it there and tighten that right up. Okay, so your bino plate will sit under there. Now, before you do too much fussing, it's best to mount it on the tripod. You'll notice there it's not on the right angle. Sort of did that on purpose so you can see it. All right, the easiest way to correct this is to just loosen the strap and tighten it right down. Okay, now for me that's probably going to be about right. My eyes are about that wide, so you'll notice as you bring it in, it changes the angle a little bit. So that's the strap on the binos. It's as simple as that. Removing it from the tripod, and that can go in and out your pouch, takes up the minimum amount of room. All right, so I just want to show you how to quickly set up the height you need when using binos or anything else in the field. These legs are set at a set length, and I'm just going to show you how easy it is to change the leg angle to get the height you need. So obviously that's currently too high for my eye line. By adjusting the leg angles, you can see we've got height adjustments happening really easily. So I get here, I get the angle I need, and then I just bring it in up to my eye line, and that's it. At any point in time, if the height is wrong, rather than having to adjust the twist locks on the legs, you just simply change the angle of the leg. So if that needed to come lower, I can make it lower, or bring it up, make it higher. Okay, it's best to do it while you look through it. And there you go. So that's the bino's perfect height, and then if I just back off the pan lock, I can just pan nicely. I can even do it without my hands, just using my nose and having a good look around. So that's how you can set up the Apex Connect really quickly in the field without having to fiddle too much with the length of the legs. All right, now I talked about this being an adaptable system, so I want to show you really quickly how you can change it up if you want a different setup altogether. So if you don't want the ball head on there, this is a hub that you can connect a range of things to. So the screw underneath here goes right up through into the ball head. So if you lock the ball head clamp onto the ball, gives you a handle to hold onto, and you just simply, with a bit of force, unscrew the inverted ball head off the top like that. Okay, and you'll see there we've got a thread protruding. Your V-rest can go straight onto that, and just snug that down. So if you were just needing a nice steady rest, super easy, no extra parts needed, the V-rest goes straight on there, and that's really awesome as a bipod as well. So if you're just getting about the hills, you can carry it round and then set it up, and there you go, right up to standing height. So that's how simple it is to reconfigure it with the V-rest. Each of the Apex Connect setups will also come with a gearsync screw, and that gearsync screw is compatible with the top of your game bar. So that same V-rest can go on your game bar. So you can change from having a monopod and getting about the hills with a monopod, having a rest like that. If you need a bipod, and of course put it all together and have a tripod. Each system does come with two V-rests as well. So if you want to take two legs off, you want to make and have one each on the go, and then assemble it as you need to. All right, now every game bar comes with this little screw key here, and you rarely need it, but occasionally if you have really tightened that up, you might find it a little bit challenging to unscrew it from the V-rest. So just want to show you quickly, getting it off the game bar is usually not too bad, but if it is over tightened in there and you can't grip it, the screw key just goes in the hole there, and that'll give you the leverage you need to take that off. So if you were changing from hiking as a monopod and you want a quick tripod setup, it really is a matter of taking the V-rest off, screwing the leg on, and you're good to go. All right, and the other thing, if you are having to settle down at camp and you need a tarp structure, or any sort of structure with your tent, obviously the legs can be good center poles and things like that, but if you do want to use this A-frame structure, you can take that screw out or back it right off so that it isn't protruding, going to poke a hole in anything. And then you've got a nice flat top here that's smooth. You can tension a tarp down over that on different angles, set yourself up. When you extend the legs right out, get the angles you need, it becomes a nice sitting height structure under there that you can get plenty of shelter in the wind and, you know, give it a bit of spine. The cutouts here in the top, handy if you've got your guy ropes, just tie them on there and you can pin it down as well, and that'll keep it in place. All right, and then when you want to get back into it, obviously the Apex Connect comes back on, screws back in, tension the lock on there on the ball, and you're all good to go. Just hold the screw underneath, crank it round, get it tight, there we go. All right, another thing you'll get as an option is the quick release system. So it'll come in this bag and you can take the bits out. So you're getting another Bino mount. Okay, this is a quick release Bino mount. It goes on the same as the other one, and you get the base plate in here. There's various other little set screws and things, but you know, fundamentally it's just a matter of putting the base plate on there, locking it into the Arca clamp there. Lock it up nice and tight, and that's going to give you a quick release option. I tend to like to have it back level with here because that's the quick release system there with your thumb on the red. Now, it comes with a range of these little plates. These are the plates you attach onto your different things. So you can put them on your V-rest, you can put them on, you know, any part of our system is compatible with that plate there. Cameras as well, okay? So I'll just show you how to, for example, use the Binos with the quick release and the V-rest. Okay, so same story. I tend to use it on the right-hand side. You do have to make sure you get the direction right on the plate. The wedge should face forward, so the narrow part forward and the wide part back. If you put it on the right-hand side of your Binos, it should just go straight on. All right, and just like that, we have our Binos mounted. If that angle's not quite right, just loosen it off, get it how you want it, and tighten it down. Now, if you were wanting to transition from glassing and spotting to shooting, the simplest method is to use the quick release system and put the V-rest on. It's incredibly fast, means you can get your rifle up there in an instant and steady it to make the shot. So we do also have the Picatinny mount available as well with the quick release plate that screws on the bottom, and that allows you to mount your rifle straight on there as well. Okay, and of course the other option, if you want to go super lean, is just to mount one of the plates directly to your rifle stock. So it's super streamlined. It's got a few different set screws, so a couple little holes and one main screw, and you can get that mounted so that that will just be the smallest, leanest way to attach your rifle when you want to make the shot. If you were using it with your rifle, I recommend what you do is just back off the pan so all the left-right movement is coming out of the pan, and just ease this up a bit so your tilt is accessible for shooting higher or lower. The other option is, if you do have an Arca plate on your rifle, that will mount straight onto the Arca clamp there, or most saddle clamps that are available will have an Arca base plate, so if you did want to clamp the rifle on, that's another option. All right, so that there is the Apex Connect tripod system, but remember, it is a monopod, bipod, and a tripod, all in one lightweight, incredibly strong package. It's going to do everything you need out there, so get out there and lift your game.